Because a star enables me to cheat death!
Hey guys, I'm Daniel. I'm the co-founder and leader of Team VEGITO, which is our DPS team for the Houston area. I'm going to bring you today our, my personal VEGITO deck profile. This deck's never failed me. I've pretty much went undefeated with it. There's a lot of higher cost cards, but that's overshadowed by the fact of how consistent the deck flows within itself. So, I mean, not much else to say. Let's get right to it, guys. Alright, so first we're going to start with our leader. Our leader is going to be the red VEGITO released in set 2. This is, in my opinion, one of the best leaders in the game. It's incredibly versatile. Whenever its permanent ability that's always active is that all Vegetas and Gokus in any area that's hand, grave, field, energy are all 3 colors, red, green, and blue. And as always, it has that 4 less life. You flip it over to draw 2. Its alternate side, it gains the 5,000 power, so it's at 15, obviously. Whenever it attacks, you draw 1 card. Then for every VEGITO and Goku in your grave, up to 10, it'll gain 5,000 power and double strike, I believe. But the other ability that helps power the deck really is the first side. Whenever you attack, you mill 1. If it's a Vegeta or Goku, you gain 5,000, so that fills your graveyard for that finishing effect. It's so devastating. So I'm going to move this to the last. Best for last, as you know. First, we have 4 Kansei and Son Gokus. Whenever it's a 1-drop, it's the basic for any Goku base deck, like this one will be. You reveal the top 7 and search for any Goku among them that's blue. So because of our VEGITO leader ability, he searches for really anything in the deck. He's a great starter. Next, we're running 3 Kappa. 3 is fine, 4 I feel is too much, and 2 you don't see it. You damage yourself by 1, and he gains double strike for the turn. He's a really good early game beat stick, and late game at 15, a lot of opponents' leaders are 15 or less. So you can make them empty their hand to try to block your damage. We also have 4 Divine Vetos. It's your basic super combo. You drop it during battle. If you're 4 or less, it's a 10,000 boost and draw 1 card. Next, 4 Bundle Curiosity Son Gokus. Those are going to be our main draw power for the deck. It's going to be a 2-drop. Because it says 2 and a green, all of our Gokus and Vegetas count as green, so it's easy to play. And that's pretty much it with that. Next is one of our main cards in the deck we're going to go for. You have to run 4. These are going to be our Double Strike Super Saiyan 2 Vegetas. Whenever you combo with it, you pay 1 and it gains 10,000 power. But then it moves from the combo zone into rest mode in your battle area. It's really great for getting out those early turn lightning speed Vegetos that I'll go over later. It's just easy fodder to fuse with. I'm running 2 of the promos because I only have 2. That's the Preface of Recoveries. Whenever it's played, you untap 2, so technically it's a 1-drop 15k barrier, which means it's immune to a lot of the other popping effects like that, you know, androids would have. So it keeps a Goku on board that you can fuse later for. You run 2 of the full power Vegetas. He was kind of sketchy at first. I didn't know if I was going to run him. I was running the 4-drop before because it pops anything 4 or less. But he'll get rid of your opponent's blockers and low-cost cards they don't want to get rid of that they use for blockers normally. And you can summon him off of the Comrades Combined Son Goku. He destroys 2 cards whose total equals up to 3 or less. So he's essential. Then we run 2 Vegetas. That way we have more Vegetas for our Comrade Goku search engine. Whenever he's in your hand, he pretty much turns into a 2-drop. He's not really going to be played outright, but he's there if you need him. And one of the MVPs is our Comrades Combined Goku. Whenever he's played, he's a 3-drop 15, and he will let you look through the top of your deck for a Vegeta 3 or less. And whenever you do that, you can pretty much special summon it to the field, and it helps build your field for the deck. And this is kind of sketchy. A lot of people don't like that I run this. We run 2 of the Determined Strikers. So it's a 20,000, but you never play him for the full cost. Normally you wait till you're 3 life or less for his trigger to activate. Because you can pitch 2 Saiyans, and then he becomes a 1-drop 20,000 that negates the attack. really good synergy with one of our high-powered hitters in the deck, which is a repeated force VEGITO, which will come up later. This is what you want to see at least one of early. It's Lightning Speed VEGITO. I run 4 because I like to see him. It's really consistent with the deck. It's a Potara for 3, so if you have a Goku and Vegeta on the field, you tap 3, put him on top. Whenever he attacks, you mill 10. And if there's a Vegito in there with 2,500 or 25,000 or more power, you evolve right into him. And he goes into active mode, which normally evolves don't do. So he's your gateway into much bigger things, which your targets are going to change as you play through your game. Then I run 2 of the VEGITO Princess Speed, which it's a Vegeta, so it works with the energy for the deck. It works with the build-up for the boss monster. And if you're in a tight situation, you can just evolve into him for 4 and get the +2. 2 Awakening Rage. Same thing as a Vegito. It's more in Vegito and Goku's for our deck. But also, he has an added ability where he nukes any amount of cards on the field whose total equals 6 on their costs. So once again, gets around those pesky blockers. Bursting Energy Super Saiyan Vegito. This is a promo. I only run 1, which I don't really see people running 1 normally. They normally run 2 or 3. But it's just a defensive play, I feel, because you can use this effect to untap 2 energy. But I really want to do that whenever I need to make bigger plays, or if it's my only target off the Vegeta. Here's one of our MVPs right here. It's the Hyper Rush Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Whenever he hits the field, he's a massive plus. He just you draw 2 when he hits the field. You can choose to take 2 from your life. So if you get it early game off of Lightning Speed down here, then he can get you a massive plus off that, because the life take is not mandatory. And then you can pop 1 card in your opponent's field and discard 1 card from their hand. So it's really good for dominating early game. And then mid to late game, I normally go repeated. And then we go repeated force. Same thing, can be summoned off Lightning Speed or paid 5 for a Potara. He gains 5,000 power for every Goku and Vegeta in your grave, which is why I run some of the choices like the Determined Striker and all these other cards for comboing, because it builds him up to ridiculous amounts, and he's a triple striker. So he hits massive amounts of damage if you can get him off early enough. Not really much else to say, other than I've easily, by turn 5, had him at like 80 to 90,000 damage, and that's if they don't have a negate, that's normally pushing for game. Extra cards, 2 Mafuba, because removing your opponent's card from the field is amazing. 2 Zeno button, it gives me access into my full burst Vegetas that special themselves, and my 4-drop striker, along with Mafuba or any other combos I need. And then last but not least, we run our boss card. It's the Ultimate Force Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Normally I see him by turn 4 or 5, and I'll be able to have him out by turn 5. It takes 5 red, so all of our Gokus and Vegetas are what you want to see in energy to get him out. He's ultimate to go run 1, but he's a 40,000 beater, and he attacks 3 times in a turn with triple strike for each. So if you get this with your opponent and they're tapped out, they really can't win, because you can deal 9 damage that turn off it. It's just obscenely difficult to beat. As far as I know, I haven't really run into many weaknesses with this. I have stood up to a lot of stronger decks, you know, Veggie Package, Wuhan, which I also run, and it just overwhelms and destroys the competition. It's honestly kind of unfair whenever you get this guy out. And coupled with this, which I feel is the best leader in the game, this deck is just so versatile that it's really hard to beat, in my opinion. I'd be afraid to go against my own deck. I normally hold locals down here. I'm the judge for our group and for our store. So people will see that big guy come out and they'll either scoop or they'll try to fight, run out of cards in hand, and then the net following turn I'll just dominate them with it, or with the lightning speed into repeated. But yeah, guys, that's my deck. So, you know, any questions, comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Give us a like, and this is Team Gete Star, so we'll catch you guys in the next video.
The biggest star enables me to cheat that.